welcome. It's good to see you. Good to have you. Good to be back. We missed each other and we missed us.
Hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving.
Yes. Um, for today, since we're starting with December and it's the month of um, Christmas and Quizmas, like some people would like to say, we're going to talk about, something very lighthearted, just Christmas stories, Christmas, traditions, if we have any, some Christmas parties, Christmas gifts, so to get us started, because do you celebrate Christmas? And if so, what does Christmas mean to you?
I didn't always. More on that later. But I do celebrate Christmas. I'm not a Christmas fanatic. I do think there are some people that, I'm going to totally throw someone under the bus. They have, what is it, half year Christmas? There are some people out there that love Christmas so much that sometime, I think it's in June, they have like a pre-Christmas. It's like Christmas is literally exactly halfway from here.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And so Jules, they celebrate half Christmas, and so I'm not that person.
Wow.
I'm not the person that like once Thanksgiving is over, I have a Christmas tree. As a matter of fact, I didn't put a Christmas tree up last year, and I don't know if I'm gonna put one up this year. I like it, but since we're not in my house for Christmas, we're with my mom and then we're with my in-laws, mainly for the holidays. I like their decorations,
See.
And I know people have told me, but it's your house. Don't you want to decorate? I do, but I maybe when I have kids, it'll be more of a thing for me to be more intentional. But what it means to me, it's a remembrance of the birth of our Savior. Yes, a lot of what we do, like the gift giving and the tree and the songs and the movies, have nothing to do with that. But that is what it's supposed to be, and that's what it is for me. But aside from that, I would say it's just the time for family.
For family, right. I think for us too, we do celebrate it. Funny enough, it wasn't until we moved to the US that we started doing. No, actually, about 5 years ago, we really started doing the tree, like a whole thing. But before that, it was just like, oh, the tree's there. Should we put it up? Yeah, sure. Should we not? Yeah, sure. So it wasn't really like Christmas.
Yeah.
But 5 years ago, we decided to go all out because we've never gone, and we really enjoyed it. We found out that we really liked the decoration of the tree and coming up with a theme. And
do you get a real or a fake tree?
Fake. We've never gotten a real one. And I believe after having gotten real ones for church, I'm good.
Really? Oh, it did the opposite for me.
Really?
Yeah, I do think that I would get a real tree. Because we could never have a real tree because my mom, to this day, claims she's allergic. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I think she always says it because she just doesn't want to deal with the mess.
Right. Which it is.
And it is. It is a mess. It is. You have to maintain it and water it y todo. But at the same time, I do love the smell.
It was a nice experience. I think the whole setup, the whole setting them up, was just taxing on me. I believe I was kind of sick during those days, so it was like, whatever. It was very cold,
rainy.
Yes, when we went to pick them up, it was like, yeah, we're finally here. I feel like my patas were wet. Yes. So a lot of things didn't play out in a nice, like, yes, let's go pick out a tree. However, once the setup was done, they looked really beautiful.
Am I right in remembering there was a funeral that day?
Yes, there was.
There was a funeral that day. We worked all day for that funeral.
And then we went to buy the trees.
Okay, yeah.
We bought 4, and they were gorgeous. They were gorgeous. And I feel like because I also had a part in decorating, I felt like, okay, this is it. This is nice. But I feel like it's sort of kind of like, okay, it's nice, but I wouldn't necessarily do it again.
At home,
At home, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, and so So after that, every year we try to do it. However, for the past 2 years, I think we haven't set one up because last year we didn't spend Christmas here. So we're like, why have it when we're not gonna be here? And then this year, my mom and my other sister aren't spending Christmas with me. So I'm also kind of like, why should I have it just for me? Which maybe I should, for those Christmas blues. Because I'll be by myself, and at least something pretty to look at.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's too much work.
Again, I'm not that like, I've loved the way that it is, and I am pretty, controlling when it comes to the decorations. I am definitely like, the lights don't look good, and I want the ornaments to look like that. But I also don't have an eye for the standard that you see on Instagram. On Instagram,
yeah.
you have these very full trees.
Yes.
They have these themes that are, it's either the gold or it's the
red
and
yeah,
then
gold,
or bows,
yeah.
or like, I can't do that.
White.
Can't do that. I'm a very like homey kind of a tree, but it's not. I think for me, what I love about Christmas is just the fact that I'm going to be with family. We're going to eat. Even gift giving is actually something rare for us, because in Joel's family, Christmas is literally like, everyone's going to get a gift,
Wow.
from everybody, ¿verdad? In my family, we just have a game. We have the white elephant game. And from there, obviously you trade and you see what, you're going to get. I don't get gifts for my sisters. They don't get gifts for me. I think last year I gave all my sisters like a mug. That was it. That was my effort. But we're very like, within their families, like they give to their kids and their spouses, right? But, and Joel and I. But I only give a gift to my mom. That's it. And so even that is also something that I know that's odd, for a lot of people. They do spend a lot of money on families. And
some people
everything.
stress about it.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I haven't had that experience. And so even in that, I know I'm on the outlier of the spectrum for Christmas. Do you guys do gifts?
We do. I remember when I was younger, we would do all the family. Everyone. Dude, it was, you would stay there until like 3 a.m. opening gifts because we celebrated Christmas Eve. And so no one would wake up until Christmas Day to open the gifts. No. It was always at 12 a.m. Okay. And so we would spend until like 3 a.m. opening gifts. And it got to the point where it's like, okay, who's next? Like, move on. Let's do this quick, That was when we did it with all my tías and tíos and primos and primas.
Yeah.
But after COVID, I think we all found that we could do it separately. We're okay doing it separately.
It's also expensive if you have such a big family.
We used to do exchanges. So you pick out a name and you give it to that person. But it was still too long, and
because it's such a big family.
Yes. And not only that, but I feel like a lot of the cousins that were kids back then, they're now either married or with a girlfriend, or they're just moving on to other things. So we have very, very few young ones. And so it's kind of like we can enjoy that sentiment, but home, like with your nuclear family.
Yeah.
So now we do that. But a couple years ago, we did everyone give everyone something. So it was very expensive. Yeah. There were a lot of gifts. And I feel like that feeling when you overeat, you almost, not only te palagas, pero como que, aparte, pero como que ya no lo disfrutas. At some point, you're like,
you're open another gift.
At some point, you're up to here of food and you're like, I want to throw up. I feel like we felt like that the last time we did it, where it was like, everyone give everyone something. And we had massive, like an insane amount of gifts. Just my nuclear family. And I feel like even the kids were like, oh, another one. Oh, avocado, things. So I feel like it became very like, and we're there, looking at these kids opening gifts that they're not like really enjoying anymore. Yeah. And it felt like empty. It felt like
it's the consumerism.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
Literally, not to sound like party poopers, but yes, I I know that gift giving is a love language for some people. But because it's not mine, I do tend to be very cynical about it sometimes. And so I do feel like, oh my God, like, y también like some people can't hide when, they don't like their gift. So then that's sometimes like annoying, that you give something and you thought of it. That's why I'm a horrible gift giver. Like I if I could, I would get your password to your wish list. I'll find something there because I'm like, okay, well, you saved it. I've done this with Lula. Or I'll be like, hey, what's your wish list? Like, is there something you want? Which I don't even think you've sent it to me either.
I haven't.
And so I don't really know what to get people sometimes because I'm always like, I'll just leave the receipt and you can go return it. Because I'm like that. And I know that I'm not.
You know that
it.
The easiest thing to do is to give a visa or a credit.
But it's not sentimental.
Not sentimental.
Yeah,
it looks very informal. It looks like you thought of it on the way. So, I feel the same way. I have my younger sister Kelly. She's one of those where she's like, I know your taste. I know what I can get you. If I know that, you should know that about me. And it's like, Jesus. And I do feel like she is, I don't think she's as strong as Jules, but I do think she has that Christmas spirit. Every year she wants to get matching pajamas with my mom and myself. And every year is like, I want something and here's my list. And I already got you something and I already got someone and so something. So it's not just get me something, it's also I'm gonna give it,
Happy to give.
But and my mom and I, that where we work is like, we're not gonna give each other nothing. Cool. We're not. Let's move on. Let's just enjoy the food, go to bed early and call it
sleep in, do nothing.
Yeah, go to the gym and
you lost me there.
Enjoy the day and it's another day and it's nice. And I think what I like about Christmas and my mom too is the trees filled with lights. When we have Candy Lane here.
Yeah.
I love watching that. Si fuera por mí, yo todo el año que las casas se vieran así.
Aww.
Eso sí me gusta.
You like the lights?
I like the lights at night. I like all the decor at night in all the places, like in the collection, at Seabridge, at all these places where the lights just look like
beautiful.
Beautiful. And I feel like it's a romantic
thing. It is.
I feel like it's one of those things where it would be so nice to
walk Candy
Lane, take a stroll here, whatever. But other than that, I think for me it's like I like the food and I like the convivio with the family, but the gift giving, I find it a bit
it's a lot, sometimes it's a lot. I'm in the middle. Like I think I have a good balance because my family isn't that, they don't do a lot of gift giving. They don't do a lot of decor. They're very minimal. They're very simple. Then you have my husband's family that they're Christmas, and matching PJs and everybody's going to get a gift. And also they do it in Christmas Eve. They go more all out. So I guess because if it was like that for both families, I think maybe it'd be a lot.
Yeah.
But because I have a balance of like, okay, now I get to enjoy the gifts, or I'm enjoying, because in my family, we're all about games. So for us, I am looking forward to this year because I didn't do it in the last, I think, 2 years. I think because of Dad, if I'm honest. It was hard to keep doing a video because he wasn't there. But also, that was a thing that we always did. I would always record a Christmas video. I actually have some cringy Christmas video. There's a cringy Christmas video where I'm recording. Oh, so embarrassing. I'm recording a fireplace from the TV. So like the fire's burning in the TV. And I am narrating. I'm like, Christmas is the time. No. Oh, dude, I'm going to go find that clip and I'm probably going to add it to this video. I'm like, Christmas is a time of Christmas cheer, a time where loved ones get together.
She really said
no,
Dr.
yeah.
Seuss.
Yeah, I literally was narrating the beginning of it, right? And the reason where I got that is because years ago, I'm gonna try to digitalize that video, but there's a VHS of our family. It was called the 1997 Magaña Christmas. That was
Ooh.
the last time that we all got together. Like
All your family.
my sisters grew up with that. You know, they would get together as all the family porque la familia wasn't that big. But I think I was 3. 1997. Yeah, yo nací no, I was 2, right? 1995,
Yeah,
1997. I was 2 when this came out, and so my tia, she did this. So they did a whole video because my tío would love doing videos. And so as she's going into the house, she's saying, el tiempo de Navidad es el tiempo de estar con la familia.
It does sound like that age.
A celebrar el nacimiento
no
de
puedo.
nuestro Dios, you know? So she did a legit video. It's so cool. I need to digitalize this video. But the point is that that's what I was trying to recreate.
You were going for those.
I was
okay.
like, this is my time.
Yeah.
I'm my tío right now and my tía. And another tradition that is in all our videos is that I always put Michael Bublé and Thalia singing Feliz Navidad. That's my favorite version of that song. Entonces, we always do games. We always do games. It was always fun for the kids. This year, I'm bringing it back.
Ooh.
I'm bringing back my tripod, my camera, my videos, my games, all of it. Like, we're going to do it big again. And I'm excited because I'm going to have my family recorded. And then I'm going to try to sneak some videos from Joel's family. So it's going to be like a combination.
Yeah.
But that's what Christmas means to me. Do you guys have traditions every year for Christmas, or is it like normally just food and gifts?
I don't know if it's for Christmas. I don't think so. For every party, we do charades.
Oh, nice.
For every single party. I think now we're starting to do Christian charades.
Christian charades. Moises.
Yes. Abraham. But there was a time where we would do extreme games just on Christmas.
Define that.
Well, one year, and this goes out to all my family members, un año, we had a competition on walking on high heels.
No, I've heard of this story.
Now, it wasn't us girls, it was men. We made the men walking in heels, and the man that walked better in heels got a prize. But they really had to go all in it. Like a lot of them were married, so we're like, okay, how would so and so walk?
Oh, okay.
Así. You know, how does your wife would run in high heels? No, pues que así, you know. And so it was pretty much them dressing up as their wives.
And I'm sure you guys were dying.
Dude, it wasn't just dying. The people that you would least expect to participate. And they were the funniest. And so that was one year. Another year we decided to do again another extreme game where we all did like a type of concoction.
Okay.
With like ajos, limón, salsa verde, salsa roja, huevos.
Why does that sound good right now?
Huevos, I don't know, pimienta, I don't know what else, water, refresco, ponche, you know, everything on it. Everything on it. We all took little glasses and we took one shot of it, and whoever made a face would get a worse punishment. So that thing was already a punishment. But whoever complained, whoever, you know, went like that, whoever did any sound of disgust would get a punishment. And the punishment was to either bite off of a very spicy chile, like I think manzano or habanero, no me acuerdo bien. Or there was another, like one time we went to the snow during Christmas. And again, we're doing the whole like, okay, we're going to do something bad. And whoever does something that, you know, whoever reacts to that is going to walk out without I wouldn't say naked, but without like a lot of clothing in the snow and make
Oh,
a
okay.
snow angel.
Oh, I see.
So
I
we
see.
would do like we would play, I don't know, we would play Fila India, and pretty much what it is we pick someone, or the bottle picks someone, y le pegábamos, and if that person complained, le tocaba quitarse at least 2 layers of clothing y salirse afuera and do a snow angel. So
And is there anyone that doesn't participate?
yeah, there are some that are like, no, yo no quiero.
Oh, okay.
But they still crack up, they're still looking at us like, dude, you guys are
You guys
crazy.
did it, you
yeah.
know?
And I'm talking about like cousins. This is just the cousins. But with the older, with the like the tios and the tias, they do participate in like the like, for example, I remember my mom and my tia Rosa were the ones that were like, ¿y si le echamos huevo al whatever shake we were making? So they also
They
want to have
also do.
fun,
Okay, okay.
but they do things like that of like, no, y si le echamos pimienta, like, or there. And then one time, because we're always, it's just the cousins. One time we decided, no, let's gear more towards like our tios and tias. Let's do games for them, and we would do like hicimos el del chile, I believe. And but that time one of my cousins bought the spiciest chile in the world, and he made all my tias taste it. And we have videos, I think I have videos. And whomever, same thing, whomever didn't do like, didn't
Like a
react,
reaction.
like didn't have much of a reaction, would win, and whoever couldn't handle more than like whatever seconds would lose. And I don't remember what the punishment was, but I mean, that was already a punishment enough,
Yeah, that you were taking it, right?
So I don't think it's a Christmas thing, but I do feel like during Christmas we're like, okay, we've been doing charades all year long. Let's do something extreme. Let's do something bad, or not bad, pues, pero let's go all out.
Yeah.
So maybe that's our tradition, that we decide that day is the day to do something.
Do something. To see what your body can handle.
Yes.
Whatever it is. I
Yes.
mean, I think the awesome thing about when everybody gets together is like whenever you do, even though we don't do extreme gifts, the most extreme gift that we did, or the extreme game that we did was so one of my brother-in-laws, like, it was like una rueda that he had to spin, and so whatever he got, it was like, if you do what the prompt says, you can get $50.
Oh, okay.
So the thing said, take a spoon of aceite, just aceite.
Ah.
And so he did it, and then it said, if someone lo quiere retar to try to win the $50, they have to do comerse un diente de ajo.
Oh.
So my dad did it. And he was like having such a hard time with it, because it was like, oh, las agruras, And then if someone wants to retarlo a él, they have to take 2 dientes de ajos. And then the last one was 3 dientes de ajos. Joel did the second one, and then Fernie's mom did 3 ajos. That is the most extreme I can say we've ever done, as far as like, I guess, consuming something, or whatever. But in the sense that where I can relate to you is that you're dying, you're laughing, you're just like the person's reaction. I mean, you're all together, and it's just fun. Like, it's just fun. And yes, I would make these videos, I would edit these clips. So obviously I'm having so much fun knowing that I have this content and that I can always go back. I actually watched it about 2 weeks ago, and I'm thankful that I am in a place where I still miss Dad. I obviously am still have moments where I'm mourning, and I do cry, but I'm thankful that the majority of the time is more positive. So I'm able to watch those videos of him I have about 5 or 4 Christmas videos, and he's there, and I'm seeing him in those moments. I'm seeing our family, and yes, sometimes it's a little bittersweet because you do see the like very difference when I was single. You know, I was very like, okay, vamos a hacer esto, and you see the transition when I got married. I started to get less and less involved because he was like, okay, Joel's here, and now that we've been married for 3 years, I'm like, I want to get back, and I know that when I have my kids, I'm gonna be more, no, let's do this, let's do that.
You know, you're gonna be thinking about your kids, you know,
right?
If they're having fun,
yes,
you know, todo eso. So yeah, it makes sense that you want to
do different things, you know, and it's different stages. And for me, you know, for Christmas specifically, like I didn't grow up, you know, celebrating it. You know, we did for a bit, and then like most churches, you know, they go through phases where sometimes, you know, hay cosas del diablo, you know, like Disney and stuff like that. But the church we attended specifically did not celebrate Christmas.
Oh, okay.
You know, I won't go into a lot of detail there, but I celebrated other holidays, and you know, for a bit, you know, we were kind of Jewish, and we celebrated Hanukkah and stuff. And I remember going to school and people would say, you know, what do you celebrate Christmas? No, you know, but I celebrate Hanukkah. Oh, you're Jewish? No, I'm Mexican. But you know,
but I still lit up the candles.
So when we got through that, and we brought Christmas back again, it was really exciting for me. It was really exciting because I felt normal again. You know, I don't necessarily have negative feelings towards that period in my life, because I do have positive, you know, feelings towards growing up in that church for some things. But at the same time, we were very isolated for a lot of things. And so once we came to have our own Christmas and we started to be more confident to, okay, we're going to do this, and this is okay, you know, and it's fine if we put up a tree, and it's fine if we, you know, do gift giving. It was exciting.
Right.
That's when it was like, oh my gosh, we could do this, we could do that. I was going to ask you, as far as, you know, because we're talking about gifts, have you ever gotten a really bad gift from a tia, from a cousin, from a sibling, from someone, and you couldn't hide it in your face?
Wow. I'm pretty sure I did. I can't quite remember though.
Like what it was.
And who gave it to me. But I mean, it's inevitable, especially when, as the younger you are, I'm pretty sure I must have gotten something like, oh, thank you, and never wore it, or you know, like kind of like avocado.
Yeah.
Thanks. But I remember giving something, a gift, and having that kid be like, really? Like,
this is
what is this? and I do remember having that feeling of, I know who gives really good gifts. I want that person to give me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I know who gives not some good gifts. I wish it's not that. And I remember feeling like, oh, a mí me tocó so and so. So you're already prepared, kind of like, I'm not gonna get what I thought I was gonna get.
Yeah.
So I can't quite point out something in specific, but I do know what you're talking about because I have felt that.
How that feeling? I don't think I've ever been given something, even for birthdays. I don't think I've ever been given something that I truly
didn't
hated.
Like. Yeah.
You know, I think in that sense I can be fake. I can be like, oh, okay, thank you. You know, maybe if you know me, you're like, her voice is kind of going higher and higher.
My God, I didn't expect this.
But I'm one of those that if it's something I can't exchange, I will keep it for a year. I will keep it for a year, and then I will get rid of it. I'll try to use it in some way. You know, I will try to use it as a blanket or as a, you know what I mean? Yeah, like, yeah. I'll try to put use to un trapo. Like, I will try to use it. But at some point, I get over the guilt.
Right.
And I'm like, you know what? I didn't like this. If the person ever asks me, I'll be like, I had it in the house por un año. I don't know. I had it, and I don't know what happened. Like, I don't know.
I must have declared it recently.
And so I think with family is the only time I've ever been honest. where I'm like, oh, thank you. I'm like, I'm gonna return it. And my family's very big. No, return it. Si no te
Do it.
gusta, si no te queda. Joel's family's like that too. If you don't like it, return it. And so I'm like, okay. But for example, speaking of gifts, I got this cardigan from a Secret Santa, and I felt so bad, man, because I gave a girl her her gift, right? Me tocó. On her list, she liked a specific cookie, couldn't find it. She liked trail mix with M&Ms. And then she said that she liked sweets, but she didn't specify what kind. And then she said she liked leopard print things. And I'm like, I don't know I don't know if I would be, do you like leopard print like the color of the leopard, or leopard print where it's white or pink or a different color? And I'm like, no, I can't get that.
You really thought about it.
And then she had like, I like blankets, and then she had I like everything. And then she said she likes scented candles. I'm like, I don't know what she's into. What if I get, because I know that there are some candles that I would like that Lula would hate.
Yes.
Like Lula's like minimal scent. And there are some things that I'm like, I want it to be pungent.
Yeah, like as soon as you go in, pa.
Boom. And I'm like, I don't know where she's at. And so I was stressing. I was really stressing. And the only thing that gave me like peace in life was she liked In-N-Out gift cards. So I gave her an In-N-Out gift card and a trail mix. That's what I gave her, right? And at our Christmas party yesterday, everybody's excited, And my boss thought it'd be a good idea for all of us to post on the chat, because we have like a group, thing for us to communicate what we got and shout out the person. So a mí me tocó one of my friends. She was very nice. She did not meet the requirement of $25. That was a requirement.
She went above?
She went, dude, let's be honest. This is a Target brand. It cost her, if not $20, it cost her $25. This is enough. I did say I like cardigans. She got me this cardigan. She got me 3 bows because she knows that I like bows. She got me like this like bath body wash.
Oh.
And she got me 2 Coke 16 ounce because I like Coke. So she got me multiple items from my thing, and I'm like, dude, she spent like $40 at least. Plus the bag, plus the tissue paper, plus everything, right? And I gave this girl, yes, it was a $25 trail mix que me costó like maybe $3, and then the $25 gift card for In-N-Out. I felt so bad, and I felt worse because I obviously shouted out my person, right?
Right.
She didn't shout me out. You know what she did? She sent me a direct message. Thank you for the gift. I really liked it. I was like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't, because you didn't post it. There was some people that were so creative. I mean, they got really good stuff. And I was like, man, like no one gave just the gift card and a snack. People gave, like this person gave.
So maybe she did it out of like care for you. Like I'm not gonna put her on blast.
Maybe because some people gave like multiple. I mean, I don't think anybody gave less than 3 items. I was the only person that gave her 2 items. Everybody else had like a little mug, a gift card, and some chips, or a blanket, a gift card, and cookies, a popcorn, and a little keychain holder, and like something for your cubicle. Like people really outdid themselves.
Kez really thought less is more.
I was thinking, you know what? She's going to be happy because she says she likes In-N-Out. I didn't know that I could have maybe gotten her a t-shirt, the In-N-Out, plus the gift card, plus the trail mix, like, no pensé. So I did feel the like, oh man, like.
Ay, no puedo.
It's those situations where you're like, oh, I'm glad I got a gift. But she's over there like.
Bro,
todos en mi row got these. This girl got this other girl in Aldo bag. I'm like, there's no way that's 25. There's no way that's 25. She spent at least $40. It was this really nice bag. And I know, and I realized later, people gave more because eran sus amigos.
Y sabes qué también es, which I think it's the burdensome part of gift giving. You give so you in hopes that you get what you give.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
But it's never the case.
And not only
well.
that, and Exhibit A, that it's never the case. No, it's not just that, but like, is it really true giving then? If you're giving to expect a good, nice gift, why, like,
I
to be honest,
But I think sometimes it's not even just about that. I think sometimes people also get like a rush of excitement knowing that everybody's like, "Oh my God, you gave such a great gift." That's also a way of getting something in return.
True.
It's not always like,
True.
"Oh, I got a gift of the same value," because there was someone that gave someone else a nice jacket. And something else, and everybody was like, I wish que me hubieras tocado. So everybody was like praising this person. So I do feel sometimes either it's the generosity in the person, or they also get
a rush. They get something in return, regardless.
Yeah.
No, I the trail
I felt bad for her, dude, and
the trail mix is sending me.
it was, and it had raisins. I couldn't find one that was like without raisins. So it obviously had the raisins and all the peanuts and the little sunflower seeds and the M&Ms. But
no puedo.
Dude, and the bag was from Dollar Tree. I didn't even put tissue paper, let's be honest. Like, I still have to pay my sister for the $25 for the In-N-Out gift card because I didn't even buy it. Like, okay, I'll be honest with you guys. I lost the Secret Santa list. I had to remember what she had on the list.
What? This is just getting worse and worse.
It's because I thought the Secret Santa thing was going to happen close to Christmas.
Oh,
I didn't know it was going to happen at the party. It makes sense. But when I remembered, I'm like, oh my God, I don't even remember what was on her list. What I do remember, I can't buy something off of that. And then the day before, I found it.
Jesus.
And all I saw was the trail mix and the In-N-Out. I was like, Annie, didn't you just say that you bought an In-N-Out card? Me la das. Yo te la pago. I need to send it. And I'll just go get her trail mix para que no nomás sea the In-N-Out gift card todo pobrecito on her cubicle, right? So I put it, I had already had a Dollar Tree bag and I didn't have any tissue paper. So ahí se la puse.
Dude, not even a mug. Like...
Nothing. I really stick to the limit.
I'm telling you, you really said less is more.
I did. And see, this is the thing. Like, I'm practical. Like, if I would have gotten an In-N-Out gift card, I would have been fine. Honestly, even if people next to me are getting multiple things, I'm like, get a double.
You always see the positive in every situation.
In that sense, I'll get something I want, you know?
Uh-huh. Well, I think again, we go back to you usually give what you expect. Because you're very practical, you gave a very practical gift and you read the list in a very practical way. 2 items out of the 3 items, I'm not supposed to get all 5 or whatever items. I got her 2. We're good to go. She can enjoy these items.
Yeah.
Versus the jacket, okay. Una cosa es que digan, ay, no, qué bonito todo eso. Pero otra muy diferente que se la ponga. O que sea del gusto. True. You know, so I feel like we usually, that's at least for me también. Yo también soy practical. Yo también soy, ¿qué va a ser mejor? ¿Unas flores o una gift card que pueda comer algo bonito? Pues una gift card que pueda comer algo bonito. You know, so.
Yeah.
But
you're still gonna throw me under the bus after saying all of that. She tried to build me up and make me feel better that I gave this girl trail mix and a gift card, but now she's gonna shoot me down.
It's just the trail mix for me is wild.
Okay,
like,
for the record, at the party, I did go up to her. I did apologize, and I said, name of the employee. I'm sorry, honestly. I'm sorry, dude. Like, I was stressing. I'm horrible at giving gifts. And she's like, no, I loved it. And then I'm already eating the trail mix. Like, don't worry, I'm eating it. I was like, oh my God, pobrecita. She's here. Like, while everybody's opening their gifts. ¿Qué te dieron? Oh, look at my trail mix. Because you know the In-N-Out gift card she's going to put in her bag, That's all she had all day in her desk.
A trail mix. I'm telling you, it's just a trail mix. It's not even the. Isn't it? I feel like the In-N-Out gift card is good. Like I think that was good, but the trail mix is just sending me.
It'll give you energy.
Oh
Oh
god.
God, like it's yeah.
I'm trying to remember what happened, but I feel like in my this isn't me, but I was witness to a similar situation.
Not you, someone else.
No, 5 years, or maybe no. Okay, here's the thing. 5 years ago, I used to work at the Boys and Girls Club. No, it was me. It was me. Anyway, so we're doing a Christmas, Secret Santa, right? So I get this girl, and she's cute, she's tiny. We've been working together for about a year, a whole year. I know her and everything, but she's still we all wrote our lists. And very similarly to you, I said, "Oh, I'm gonna get her just what's on the list. I'm not gonna go."
You're not gonna deviate.
Yeah, I'm not gonna deviate. I'm not gonna think, oh, let me do a thoughtful gift, because I've done thoughtful gifts, and believe it or not, guys, I would find them either there, ahí sentados for like years, or in the trash, or they just, people don't care about thoughtful gifts.
Not always.
Unless they're expensive thoughtful gifts. But anyway. And so I'm like, no, I'm not gonna put my thoughts into it. No, I'm gonna get her straight what's on the list, right? So what she had on her list was I think she liked Sprite, and she liked gloves,
Okay.
and she liked, I don't remember what else she said, but I want to say, like, she mentioned another drink, another, like, because I remember thinking, oh, it's just drinks, easy, easy thing. So I buy the drinks.
You went to a gas station.
Yes. But because it was just like, it was very like, in my head, it was like, okay, there's no numbers, there's no quantities, there's no, like, okay, gloves too, whatever. So I'm like, okay, fine. So the gloves, I did get them from Target. So they were nice. They were nice. But
to me, ya ganaste ahí with the gloves.
Well, but so I thought it was a good gift because they were really nice gloves. So I got her a can of Sprite, and I believe it was like un refresco mexicano, because I remember a whole bottle, like a whole, like 2 litros, like un jarritos. And I was like, I'm good to go. I'm getting her 3 items out of however many items, right? So I get there, and everyone went out of their way. Now, mind you, I went out of my way too, because obviously we put a cap to the, we put an amount, and I believe it was $20. So the gloves were already around that. So in my head, I'm thinking, well, you already went over. Like, this is already
Es
más. But everyone was just like, they didn't deviate as well. But it was like they got each other more items from the list. And so I didn't feel like it was bad. It's just, it was awkward how I wrapped the things. So I wrapped the little thingy individually, and then I don't know why I thought it would be funny to wrap it inside the gloves, like to put the glove on it.
Oh,
and just for it to be like that. Like I don't know. I don't know why. And then the jarritos too. I wrapped it in paper. I put a thing. I put a moño on it, right? And listón and everything. And then on the top, I feel like I thought it was a gag. Yes.
On both of the...
So the little can, both of them look like, I don't know, like pollos. I don't know what they look like. But they had the whole hand, they were like they had a thing here going on.
You're telling me you took it out of the nice packaging that it was.
They weren't packaged. I bought them like that. Pero I could have put them in a nice box, con un listón. So, pero I feel like I thought,
this is funny.
This is funny, and it's going to be a gag. But I remember that as they were there, because we all put them there, people kept making jokes about it. People kept saying, "Oh man, I wish that's not mine," and I'm like, and then it gets to her turn, because I'm telling you, like the jarritos. That's what I'm saying is it had to be a jarritos because it was a big bottle. Y le puse el glove on top, and you could see that glove like doing
my
this,
God, Luna.
and the little Sprite también wrapped, y le puse el globo, y también it was like this. The whole time they're making jokes about it, and they're like, "Are they pollos? Like, are they gallos? Like, what's going on?" And I'm like, and I'm laughing, I'm joining in the jokes, and then. And then I turn to look at the girl and I say, "That's your gift." Me joking, right? Me kind of like, because I wanted to get a feel. And she's like, "Oh, no, please, no." And we're laughing, right? And she's also laughing. And she's also kind of like, no. I want that to be my gift. Some other box that's nicely prepared and everything. I'm like, haha, yeah. And so we're starting the game. And it's me. And then they said, "Who wants to go first?" So me thinking, I'll just rip the bandage. Like, al mal paso.
I think that's smart. No,
Al
yeah.
mal paso darle prisa. So I'm like, I'll go first. That's me, and it's for you. And she's like, I love it. That's so, she's like, that's so creative. I'm like, I'm telling you.
Oh, no.
And we are laughing awkwardly. Dude, after that, the whole time, it was just awkward. Like the vibes died. Like it was just like, and I felt awkward because I was like, I don't know why. At that point, that like it dawned on me, why did I think that'd be funny? Like, why did I think that'd be a gag?
It's the fact that you put the glove at the top of the bottle and the can. Like, to me, it's like, first of all, if it was a can, you were stretching the glove, probably. So probably the left hand was looser, while the one on the top, I mean, I just think it's hilarious. Clearly, we don't know how to gift
No, we
nice
don't.
gifts. I mean, at the same time, yes and no, because I do think you've given me thoughtful gifts, like the one you gave me, the Legos. That one was a good one. She gave me this little Lego for my birthday. It was like you make your own Lego, but it's you.
Mm-hmm.
I like doing Legos. I love doing them. And so I really enjoyed building myself. So that was a really good gift. And it even had a message that was an inside joke for us. The thoughtful gift that you've given me that I could say I didn't really enjoy was the one of the, you have to paint it to make the face. Dude, I'll be honest with you. I don't know where it's at. Because I did start doing it. But I'm like, dude, it's going to take forever to do the skin. Like, there was so much. Like, the palette was just, because the photo we took, I don't know why. There's a lot of browns. There's a lot of beiges. There's a lot of
It's your
pink.
wedding.
It's just the face.
I think it was your wedding.
And I'm like, there's no color. There's no color in this. And I'm like, it's just, I have to be so particular in the
Right,
face.
because it was one of those. Yes, it was one of those.
Like, do the number and and connect it.
Paint by numbers. Yeah.
And so I did. I got as far as the nose. And I'm like, ahí está mi knit work. I'll come back to it. I don't know.
Never did.
I never
Never
did.
did.
I never did.
It
But it
probably
was
dried up.
thoughtful because, yeah, I do like building stuff and I do like making stuff. But
No, when it's that much work.
and I think you got it because I liked going to the painting cabernet.
Yes.
Because I
So
like going to that place.
Well, not only that, but I know you like to draw.
I
know that
do.
you have some artistic incline in that sense. So I thought, well, this is their wedding picture. Like
It wasn't a wedding picture. It was you and me.
Was it?
Yes, that's why it was a lot of browns.
Oh.
It was a picture of us. It was like it was a birthday,
Why did
and
I
it
think
was
your
like
wedding picture.
no, it wasn't a wedding picture. It was literally your face and mine, and it was like a friendship thing.
See, Cass, we could have had it here on the wall this whole time.
It
and you're
stressed
telling
me out. I was like, I'm never gonna finish this, never. But the Lego was great.
Dude, she finished it in. Well, you were practically done in like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
You just probably finished it at home in like another 5.
it was
probably
awesome.
less.
Now it's on my desk in my cubicle. I really like it. No one asked me about it though, It kind of bothers me that nobody's like, oh, why do you have a Lego or something, or why does it say that? I
Well,
was
probably
16?
because they can't figure out that it's you.
Yeah, but even like, why do you have a Lego thing on your thing?
Oh.
No one asks about it, but I like it.
And now you're not that popular anymore
Exactly. So
after that triumph.
that's true, and people are not gonna ask. Have I ever given you anything where you were like, "Ah, I confessed.
I feel like it wasn't for a particular like birthday or something, but I feel like it's been my fault. You know how I have a hard time saying no?
Mm.
So I feel like you've given me dresses that you're like, I know you can fix them up. And it's like, yeah.
You're never gonna wear the green one, huh?
Which green one?
La que está abierta, and I got it at TJ Maxx. And it has like a paisley looking green, and it's a white
No.
dress. I figured.
No.
I figured.
Y otro, no, ¿sabes qué? No me quedó de
Too big.
certain area. No, too small.
Too small.
A certain area.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And so no me quedó.
Did you return it?
No, porque me lo medí ya later. Because my intent was always to wear it. Porque sí me gustó.
Okay.
Sí me gustó. So I never thought about returning it. And then cuando lo estiras, dices tú, no, sí me queda. I knew que sí me quedaba. Pero lately, no sé por qué, pero siento que he subido de peso de acá arriba. Entonces me lo medí y de acá arriba ya no me queda.
Oh,
De
okay,
acá, o sea, de todo lo demás se me ve bonito.
Oh,
pero de
okay.
acá arriba es
It's
too tight.
Yeah.
Entonces dije yo, no, pues it's too late to return it.
Ah.
Pero I did ask my mom and dice ella que sí se puede abrir poquito del otro lado.
You can make it into a skirt. Oh,
True.
It's kind of long though. You don't wear long skirts like that.
No. But anyway, that's not the particular. I'm talking about un dress dorado que me diste, que you bought it for yourself, and then you're like, hey, pero no me queda, and ya no lo puedo regresar. Do you think you would want
¿Qué
it?
quiere decir dorado?
Dorado is gold. Gold or burnt orange.
With the
It ha-
buttons down the line?
No, it had a sash. Completely plain. It had a sash on the side. And it has like a weird neckline. It's like this. The neckline is like this. So you see, ni te acuerdas.
No.
Porque I'm telling you, it was one of those days where I'm pretty sure you were declaring, you're like, no me quedó. Do you want to keep it? It was fairly small to do adjustments to it. Or fairly okay. And so I'm like, yeah, sure. I put it on. I'm like, no me gustó para nada. I was like, no. Pero it's one of those things where you didn't think about me when you bought it. You thought of you, no te quedó, me lo diste, yo no te pude decir no. So it's not really like you gave it to me because you thought of me, ¿sí me entiendes? And so I can't really say that you've given me something que no usado.
Most of the gifts I've given her have been from a wish list, and I think I've only seen one. And that's confusing to me because it's like, this was on your wish list.
No,
this wasn't like
no.
I thought about it.
No, but in my defense, and maybe it was my wrong planning, but in my defense, I've worn things when you're not there. I've worn things when you're on vacation or like when you're on, doing a birthday thing. So maybe it's been my mistake of not telling you, hey, I worn this, but I have.
But you are hard to shop for. I used to think that you were easy to shop for because I don't say this with any offense for the record. But the gut thing that I would always be like, I would never wear this, Lula would. That was always my thinking,
Uh-huh.
And so now I'm like, no, I don't think you would even wear that either. And so now I don't even know how to really.
Now I have a thing that I'm trying to be more toned down.
Yeah, she used to have a lot of tulle and colors
Yeah.
and fuchsia, and now it's like I don't know where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
So it is hard to shop for you right now.
I'm going through that transition where it's like I like this, but that's not my look anymore. So let me go for something similar, but in a different color.
Yeah.
So I've been shopping on Shein and I've been having a hard time because they arrive and it's like, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I have to return it. And so I've been doing a lot of messes on Shein. So, but to start wrapping it up, guys, because this was supposed to be a short episode. I feel like we both enjoy Christmas.
I have one last question. I'm sorry.
Why?
I know it's
Why?
gonna go overboard, but I want your 2 cents. How do you feel about the reward system that people use for Christmas regarding Santa's going to bring you a gift, or right now, what is very common is the elf.
The elf?
Yes.
Just like any random elf?
No, it's a specific elf that's red.
Oh,
And-
Wendy talked to me about it. Is it the naughty elf?
He's a naughty elf,
Oh.
and he has magic. And if you
I
touch
see.
him, his magic goes away or something, or he dies.
Mm.
And he always does como una travesura.
Mm-hmm.
And something along those lines. And then if you accidentally touch him, the way you fix it is like throw cinnamon on it or something like that. And so people do this, parents do this, as a reward system, kind of like with Santa, like Santa's going to bring you gifts.
Mm.
What's your take on that?
I'm sorry, are we talking about Christian homes? Like, do
Oh,
Christian
yeah,
people?
yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. This is a thing.
Oh.
And I have my
'Cause
my 2 cents, but
Because I was gonna say, I was gonna say, el mundo puede hacer lo que el mundo quiere, pero
no.
Christian
Specific
households?
Yes. Legit Christian households that tell their kids
Wow.
that there's a Santa or there's an elf.
Arrepiéntanse, guys. Like, el mundo, Jesus is coming, and for us to be playing with paganism, like, no.
You know what it is? I don't think I had seen it from that angle. From
You're glorifying yet another thing besides Jesus' birth. That's exactly what they're doing. So it's not Santa anymore, and now it's another thing.
Now it's the elf. Right. I think
Jesus.
for me, it creeps me out.
Well,
I think it creeps me out because, like, I don't have kids yet, and so obviously I uno puede decir, ay, bien fácil porque no tienes hijos, but I didn't grow up with the concept of Santa, and it wasn't a Mexican thing, for kids to grow up believing in Santa.
Mm-hmm.
So growing up, I was very like, there's no Santa, people believe that, and even the tooth fairy, I never grew up with that. I never grew up with concepts like that where you believed in something, right? And so when I started to see that the wave of the elf started coming out, and again, yeah, this goes for a lot of homes, not just, people who don't believe in God, people who are Christian.
Wow.
Were doing this, with their babies, with their 2-3-year-olds, and they would record, all of these creative ways that the elf would do something, whatever. I was like, whoa, like that is interesting for me. I don't think I would do it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I would do it. I don't plan to do it. I know Joel's like, I think this is the weirdest thing. But I do think it's sometimes negative when you tell your kid something is real and then you don't tell, and then you take it out and then they find out that it's not real,
Yeah.
Because then it's like, how do you explain that for my last 8 years you've been telling me
And
that?
then we wonder why kids lie. You've been teaching them to lie. That's pretty much what this is. You as an adult whom they're supposed to look at for honesty and for clarity, you're lying to them about Santa Claus and this elf. And here's what I find it very, very funny, even though I just heard about it. Yet you're telling them, but Jesus loves you.
Yeah.
But also worship this thing and don't do nothing to it. And if you touch it, throw a cinnamon. Like, no, guys, no. And I'm gonna be very judgy right now. Repent. Come back to the Lord. Come back to basics.
For Lula, it's like straight up repentance. I think for me, it's, I mean, yeah, I get where you're coming from. I think for me, it's more of like, I don't see the value in lying to your kid, especially when it comes to things that we don't believe in, like magic.
Mm-hmm.
And,
¿Y sabes qué también es? What are you like? Can you imagine what kind of parenting you're employing that you have to do a reward system of that kind of like, si no te portas bien, no te va a traer tus juguetes? Like I don't, and then that's what's funny to me. That's why I find it even more intriguing, and I'm probably gonna research this after.
It's connected to the consumerism también.
Not just that, but you're talking about the same parents that say, no, let's talk to the child. You're talking because I'm assuming these are the same parents that are like, no, let's listen to what the child
I don't know
has
about
to
that
say.
specifically. I just
But
know that it's what they use so that the kid. I think what it is that as parents, obviously you want to give your kids the best, right? And so obviously for
Wrong too.
Christmas, you want to splurge on them. You want to give them, that new game, that new whatever that they've been asking for. But I think even as parents, they don't deserve it, because if they didn't deserve it, why do you need a reward system?
Mm-hmm.
If they really are deserving of it, then a gift is a gift.
Yeah.
But I think that sometimes you use these things to manipulate the child to be, okay, if you're good all year, or you're good for the remainder of December, when when the Christmas comes around, you might get what you've been asking for.
Yeah.
And so I see that as a negative thing. That's why I feel like that reward system isn't a good thing, because now you're manipulating the child to be conditioned to being good because they see
want
this.
something out of
They
it. Yeah,
see
no,
this
because
figure.
it's good for them. Yeah, no, I agree.
But I didn't even know that you hadn't heard of it. That's why I was like, oh, I want to hear your take on it, because I obviously don't agree with it. But for me, it was like I didn't know I was introducing you to something.
Well, I think we had a conversation with Wendy about it, but she just mentioned how people take pictures of it in different
doing different things.
Doing different things, and then you sort of had to spot it or something like that. So to me, it sounded like Waldo. Like, to me, it sounded like, you have to look for it. But since you're saying now that no, parents are using it to condition their kids to behave, I know.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a parent, but that's not parenting. Like, dude, come on. Y luego, here's the kicker. I think it's a naughty elf.
It is a naughty elf. Que hace travesuras.
So now you're telling the child, this elf that is naughty, that is bad, that hace travesuras, you're not supposed to touch him. You're supposed to behave so that he brings you gifts. Like, are we hearing
so
this?
He tells Santa to bring you gifts.
So that he tells Santa to bring, when this is a naughty elf.
Right.
Like, ¿qué mundo
it is
vivimos?
an interesting concept,
Oh
and I know that we might ruffle a lot of feathers, because believe me, there's a lot of people, even in our church that do it, and so I
think that's what's.
I hope you don't get offended. But
No, get offended by me.
The reality is, it's. I agree with you. I do think that sometimes in this time of season, we do glorify a lot of things that have nothing to do with the importance of why we're here, and the fact that it is the birth of our Lord Jesus. I mean, I know for us in our family, we even do a Bible study. We read the scripture.
Right, we do too, yeah.
And we do a prayer, and then we go through the games, and then we go through everything, and we participate in the non-directly related to the holiday, But there's always that remembrance of, okay, yes, we're doing all of this, and yes, the Christmas tree has nothing to do with the holiday in and of itself, but we're still glorifying God by remembering what it is. I think where I have the issue is, I think if it was like, okay, you decorated your house and you had a Santa Claus or you had an elf, I think even that I would justify it, be like, okay, it's like, it's in the holiday season. I think it's the fact that you build a child's hope and imagination to believe in such thing, that now it holds a power over them. And that's what I don't agree with.
I don't know. I don't think that's something I would employ with my children, because none of my sisters have.
Same.
All of my nephews and nieces are the type of kids that they'll tell other kids Santa doesn't exist.
100% the same. Santa
is a lie, and you are being told a lie.
Yeah.
And because it has happened. And the one time that one of my, because right now Carmi is la más chiquita, and so she's the one that I feel like the other ones are trying to condition into knowing that Santa is not real, like it doesn't exist. So I feel like right now she's having a hard time realizing, like, okay, so no es real. And because everywhere you go, they push it down your throat, like, de que Santa y Santa y Santa, and so I'm like, shouldn't that be at least for us Christian? I'm like I said, el mundo va a hacer lo que el mundo quiere hacer. Let them do them.
Yeah.
Pero shouldn't that give us a red flag of like, okay, si en todos lados te están queriendo vender la idea del Santa Claus, ¿no crees que es porque quieren que tú no veas que realmente esto se trata de Jesús? Realmente esto se trata de algo que se supone debería de ser conmemorativo de Dios, de su nacimiento, todo eso. Pero no, hasta le ponemos otro elf. No, pues no.
There's a lot of layers to that.
A lot of layers. But all I can say is Jesus is coming and these things are not going to fly. These things are not going to fly. Like, no vamos a llegar al final de los días y decirle a Dios, well, no le vi nada de malo poner un elf in my shelf.
It's like
y
those
decirle a mi
memes.
kid.
It's like those memes where you're like, when you get to heaven and God is asking you, you thought this could protect you?
Yes.
And then you hear the voice laughing and the girl has crystals?
Yes, exactly like that. So I know Kiz wants to be kind and she's like, don't get offended. If you have an issue, come at me on Sunday because Jesus, this is appalling.
I do disagree with it. I think for me, the reason why I'm being a little bit more on the soft side is because I do know that I do participate in things that don't have anything to do with the holiday.
I agree on
so
that.
So in that sense, I also have to I have to have a balance of understanding that if I'm going to be gung ho about something, then I shouldn't have a tree. I shouldn't even.
I agree. Okay.
I shouldn't even do certain things.
Mm-hmm,
you know.
Mm-hmm.
I know every single Christmas song and I like singing them. You know, Christmas movies, The Grinch. You know, I recently saw The Elf and the Santa Claus movies. So I also know that I'm never going to be on the extreme of nothing at all. But I also think that there are some things that I find confusing. I think for me, it's like, I think if we were putting up a tree and I was telling my kid, we put up this tree because, it has power or something like that, then, or magic, I think that's where I would be like, okay, we're not doing that. But I think that's what I have an issue with. Once we start putting belief in our children, that they're putting their trust in something outside from God, that's where I can say that I have.
I think we go back to what we've always been about, balance. Si no hay, tampoco porque tampoco pienso yo que los extremos son buenos, eso de no celebrar nada. Y porque I would agree with you. If you're not going to celebrate Christmas, then don't celebrate Thanksgiving, don't celebrate birthdays, don't celebrate this, that, and, whatever. So I agree. Don't have a tree, don't have garland, don't have lights, don't have nothing. And I just finished saying how, like, we enjoy putting up the tree. I enjoy the lights. We enjoy gift giving. But to me, I guess where I'm like, again, very similar to you, where I draw the line is like, we cannot be glorifying these things. It took us my family, when I say us, it took us for us to have that feeling of emptiness to realize this isn't it. The gift giving isn't it. It took us not putting up a tree for like 2 or 3 years now to realize it doesn't make it. It's not about the tree, So now to hear people say, well, now we're adding another thing onto the Santa, it's taking me for a loop.
Yeah.
I feel like it's taking me for a loop just as much as the trail mix did.
She's so wrong for that, man. She could have just let it go, and she still kicked the dog while it's down, man.
And it's just,
But yeah, I guess.
Today you gave me 2 things to think about. Today you gave me 2 things.
Expect trail mix for my gifts, maybe.
And then this elf on the whatever, and I don't know. I think I agree with you, and no podemos estar. No,
food for thought.
Food
What
for
do you
thought.
think?
Yes. What do you think?
You don't have to agree with
Am
us.
I wrong? Are we wrong?
Are we wrong? Are we just being haters?
And if we are, I'm sorry.
Are we being the?
I shouldn't have said that.
What's the story from A Christmas Story? He's like mad.
Yeah.
He says bah humbug. I forget what he is, what his name is, but
Scrooge.
He's a Scrooge.
The Scrooge.
Maybe we're just being Scrooges.
The three Scrooges.
No, that's the Three Stooges. Well, on that note, we hope you enjoyed our Christmas special. And if you liked it, go ahead and put a like and subscribe. We haven't done that in a while.
I know.
But we will see you guys on the next one.
Bye.